What's up, guys? Your boy Chris Splatoon of channel Tell Me More, the haven for early 2000s kids and a few 90s babies. Okay, let's get into this. Thank you guys for, appreciation. Thank you guys for all that stuff. Well, the subbing, the liking, the commenting. I appreciate it. This is a video request. I forgot the name of the YouTuber's name, so I might just write over there. But this is a YouTube request from him. He wanted me to do a Rugrats episode. So here we go. We're doing Rugrats, the Vanishing Baby. It's his request. So I got him for this. So this episode starts out with Angelica, if you know who Angelica is. If you don't know what Rugrats is, it's about babies. Just about babies. I was like a toddler I was a toddler when I watched it. So I was like, oh, this how stuff is for us babies. Baby rights forever. But anyway, it starts with Angelica, the oldest Tommy's cousin. She's like the main antagonist of that series. She's like putting makeup on and stuff. Whatever. She's like 2 years old, by the way, if you're wondering. Yeah, putting makeup and stuff. And that's when her dad pulls up, is like, what the well, he doesn't use the F word. He's like, young lady. Well, first of all, she's like, Dad, am I pretty? He's like, you've gone too far, kiddo. It's like, you messed up mommy stuff. Now you're in big trouble. Then she blackmails this dude. She emotionally blackmails him. She's like, Daddy, you saying you don't love me anymore? I was like, hey, yo, where did you learn how to be so manipulative? Okay. This is a little weird watching. I was like, yeah, okay, this is kind of weird. But he's like, oh, no, princess, or no, angel, whatever he said. Of course I don't. Of course I love you, or whatever he said. Of course I love you. But, you can't just be touching and using mom's stuff, especially her $95 bottle and ounce of oil, what's it called? Oleo or something, something like that, which is like vanishing cream. And she asks, Dad, what's vanishing cream? She says banishing, my bad. What's vanishing cream? Then he's like, oh, it's what people use, adults, grown-ups use to make stuff invisible. She's like, make stuff invisible. Then she's like what? Then he gives her a rundown. It's like, oh, liver spots, acne, that type of thing. She's like, does it really work? Then he's like, well, your mom pretends it does. So that just throw tiny shots at his wife a little bit. Wow, Angelica gets this devious look in her eye. She's like, she's about to go cause some trouble for the other babies. But yeah, skipping this scene, we go to Stu and Dee Dee's house, and they're having like a game night with Charles already there, which is the dad of Chucky. Stu and Dee Dee are the mom and dad of Tommy and Dill. So they pull up at before they pull up, I forgot they were reading a magazine. Child behavior, something about child behavior. It's a magazine. It's Charles and Dee Dee, they're the ones reading it. Wow, I think they just set up the game. So the boy Drew pulls up with Angelica. Angelica's like, hi, Mr. Finster. Hi, Aunt Dee Dee. She's like, oh, how you doing, Angelica? And she skips away to go play with the kids. While Drew was the dad of Angelica. He brought chocolate pie, I'm pretty sure. He brought some chocolate pie, and he's like, who's ready to eat chocolate pie? Except you, Stu. You get the humble pie. And he talks a little smack. Oh, we're going to win the game, yada, yada, yada. So they sit down, but before they do it, I think Charles and Dee Dee are like, oh, hold up. Are you guys down to do this quiz real quick about child behavior stuff? I can't do their voices because I don't remember the voices, but I was trying to be Charles. Dr. Lipschitz. Dr. Lipschitz. So I can't do his voice. But he's like, the doctor of the person they were reading about in the magazine says this is how you check if your child's a spoiled brat. You basically get a questionnaire, then you go through the quiz and yada, yada, yada. So you have, what's his name? Drew's like, if someone raised a brat, they would know. I'm like, okay, sure, bro, they would know. The scene then goes to Angelica pulling up on Chucky and Tommy while they were like playing with like blocks or something, puzzle blocks. And she's like, look at you babies, just in your pig pen, having no idea what's going on in the rest of the world, or you guys have no idea while the world passes you by. Some crap like that. Well, as a baby, right? Well, she doesn't say that word, but I'm saying that word, something like that. And she's like, won't you guys like to be free, have some freedom and independence? That's what she said. I'm quoting her in this specific word, independence. Chuck is like, nah, I'm good. While Tommy's like, what are you talking about? Then she's like, well, you see, there's a thing, there's some chocolate pie over there. And instantly Chuck is like, chocolate pie? What? Tommy's like, what? How do we get it? He's like, it's right over there. It's by the counter. By the way, the adults are in the kitchen and the pie is on the counter. She's like, all you have to do is just go over there and get it. But, the adults might see you and they're like, yeah, that sucks. We can't do it because the adults will be there. But she's like, except if you have some not vanishing. She says vanishing cream. Banishing cream? They both say that. Banishing cream? What's banishing cream? She's like, oh, is this things that adults use to put over themselves to make themselves invisible? First I think Tommy's like, yeah, we just need vanishing cream. Then he asked what vanishing cream is. He's like, what's vanishing cream? She tells him what invisibility is, invisibility is, invisible. And they're like, what's invisibility? She's like, bruh, what's invisible? She's like, haven't you seen the wind, Chucky? He's like, no, but the wind moves your ball and stuff and like moves houses. And then Tommy's like, what? So we can move houses if we're invisible? See, it is a kid stuff to think about. That's the way kids do things. I remember I would think like, yeah, I could probably be invisible and move a house. But this scene ends with Angelica being like, I'll explain it to you guys. She then tells him to follow her because they're about to go get the chocolate pie and stuff. Going back to the table with the adults and stuff, they're quizzing themselves. I think Charles is like, has your child in the past 6 months had a SWAT team come to your house? Everyone is either checking off yes or no. The boy Drew is like biting his pencil. Is like, he knows. Then the last question is like, question 50. Has your child made the last 2 purchasing decisions in your household? And they all mark done. Then Diddy's like, oh, wow, we marked 1. Do you think we're spoiling? She's talking to Stu and the other guys. She's like, do you think we're spoiling Tommy a little bit too much? While you have what's his name, Charles. He's like, no. I checked out 4 myself. I'm gonna try to do his voice. I fucking suck at that. I checked up 4 myself. I'm sorry. I can't do that kind of nerdy voice. I need to do some like goofy type voice or something. Yes, the actual Goofy from Mickey Mouse. But he says he checked up 4 himself, and 10 is perfectly. Dr. Lipschitz says marking up to 10 is perfectly normal. Then they all ask Drew, like, so how many do you mark, Drew? He's like, let's play a game of Neurosis. That's the name of the board game they're playing. Ooh, 8 minutes already, 9 minutes. Let's play a game of Neurosis. And his brother Stu is like, how many did you mark, Drew? He's like, oh, let's just play. Then Charles grabs the paper, is like, 49. Then Drew's like, it's actually 49 and a half out of 50, guys, out of 50. Then they're like, oh no, it's just a magazine. Yeah, even Dr. Lipschitz, his name is dumb. Even Dr. Lipschitz can get stuff wrong. All of them are trying to comfort him, basically. And he's like, no, I'm a horrible parent. I've ruined my daughter. I spoil her too much. Everyone knows I be spoiling her. Then he's like, is it bad for a dad? Is it bad for a dad to let his daughter... I think I forgot the first one, but I know he makes her chocolate pancake which is delicious, by the way. I love him if he was my dad. Pancake chips, chocolate chip pancakes every day. Well, not every day, but I think like up to like a couple of times a week or something like that. Or is it horrible for... This guy's literally telling him this all on himself. On himself. Is it bad for a dad to buy his daughter a couple, maybe three toys a day? Is it bad for a dad? I forgot the last one, but he said something else. And he's basically shitting on himself. He's like, oh, I've ruined my daughter for life. Then Didi's like, hold on. I think there's a way to fix this. It says on the magazine that you can like, you know, ignore. Well, she doesn't say ignore, but try to help her not use her chaos for that stuff. And he's like, what? Then Chucky's dad, Charles is like, yeah, you have to reorganize her negative energy to positive energy. It doesn't say it like that, but something. He's as confused as I wasn't confused, but he was as confused. I was confused a little bit. And he's like, what? Stu is like, just ignore her. He's like, oh. So now they're about to begin their game. Going back to the babies and stuff, they're in the bathroom. They get mud, which is, I guess, the vanishing cream. I don't think she knows what it even looks like. So she just grabs a random thing named mud. It's like a blue paint / cream thing. So Chucky, Tommy, and Angelica go up, and she tells them, okay, I'm going to put the vanishing cream on you. She puts it on their nose. One on both their... No, she puts one on Chucky's nose, then puts one on... burpee burps. Puts one on Tommy's forehead. She's like, there, you guys are invincible. Then they're like, what? We can still see I can still see myself, Angelica. I can still see Tommy. They basically say that. She's like, that's not how invincibility works. You know, when two people are invincible, they can see each other. And they're like, what? Really? Then she's like, oh, just watch. Go over there and do something. So Chucky and Tommy go up and climb the couch and like the table. And she's like, huh? I can't see you guys. She's like, I can't even see you guys. Where are you guys? Then they're like, we're right here. She's like, oh, what, Tommy? I didn't even know you were on the coffee table, and I didn't know you were on the sofa. Chucky, she's like, wow, Angelica couldn't see us, Tommy. I'm like, okay, you guys, they're babies. I can't really make fun of them too much. They're babies. Of course, they're gonna be gullible. So she's like, yeah, now go get the cake. Now go get the pie. So they go up and they go get the pie while the adults are like explaining the rules of the neurosis game. Something about the first player can't move clockwise or they can move only counterclockwise while the other players are in like penalty or something. And they're like, oh, something about the scorecard. Didi's like, can you reread the part about the scorecard again about going back in alphabetical order, something like that. Can't remember the full episode. I can't give you details unless I'm watching it and telling you in your face. All jokes aside, though, let's go back into this. He gives Chucky gives Tommy a lift. He grabs, gets the pie, goes down, and they're like, "Hey, Angelica, we got the pie." She's like, "What?" Because at first she was like, "Hey, yes, you guys are so cooked. I'm gonna watch this." Evil little Angelica stuff. But then they bring the pie, pull up. She's like, "What? How did you?" She's like, oh, I get it. It only works in adults. And they're like, I guess so, or something like that. She's like, yeah, sure. They're like, yeah, sure. And they start eating it. It's like, see, we were invincible. They start eating it. Then she's like, yeah, enough of being invincible. So she wipes it off their face, saying, now I want you guys to rub all the vanishing cream, but the vanishing cream all over me. And they're like, okay. They grab a bunch after eating all the pie and stuff. They grab a bunch, rub it all over her body, and on her doll Cynthia. And she's like, yeah. But before that, they're like, wait, Angelica, how come we can still see you even though you're invisible? Then she's like, well, that's because I think you guys are like little kids. I'm like a grown up to you or something. Then she goes off to go torture the table. So during this time, to try to get her dad, Drew, to like calm down and ignore her and stuff. They're like, chill, Drew. You don't need to pay attention. You don't have to give her no attention, nothing like that. She's like, blah, 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 sticking her tongue out, jumping around and stuff like that. And I think she takes the scorecard or the scoreboard or something, and they're like, I wonder who took that. So she runs off to the corner of the fridge. She's like, wow, Cynthia, they couldn't even see me. Wow, they couldn't even hear me either. I was laughing in their face. So she goes back for round 2. I think the first thing she does, besides taking away the scorecard, they're still pretending like she's not there. She takes away Aunt Dee Dee's glasses, then puts it on, what's his name? Stu's face, which is Dee Dee's husband's face. She's like, where could my glasses have gone? Then Stu is like, I don't know. Then he gets it on his face. Oh, I found it. Here it is. Then he's drinking carrot juice. She grabs the carrot juice and spills it right on his pants. And he's like, oh. Then Dee Dee's like, Stu, I guess you finished all your juice in one gulp. And my boy's like, yeah. She's like, do you want some more? He's like, no, I'm good. I wonder what that sound was. But she's like, no, I'm good. So her dad's like, okay, enough of this. This is ridiculous. Let me stop this. Then Diddy's like, no. You got to calm down. You got to calm down. You already started. You got to go through with this. Finish through with this. And he's like, okay. And then this crazy girl, Angelica, gets a stool, walks up, carries a bowl of dog food, Spike's dog food, and dumps it on her dad's head. And the other adults are like, and I can feel his anger right now. He's like, then she's like, gets some scissors, cuts his tie, then runs off to go do whatever. Well, to go laugh and giggle and stuff. Then he's like, he's holding himself together. Then she comes back again, sits on his lap. Then I think she's like, hey, Daddy, I'm the one who threw away your paper out of the freeway because you made me eat broccoli. Then he's like sweating and stuff, trying to hold it in while the dog food is dripping on his face. So she laughs, gets off of him. And I think during this point, Dee Dee goes off to go bring the pie. She's like, yeah, let's go eat some pie right now. Let's go eat some chocolate pie. She doesn't see it, so she's like, oh. So she goes over to try to find whatever happened to the cardboard box of pie. Angelica runs off from her dad's lap. Her dad just face plants on the top of the table. It's like on top of the board game, while the other two are still like playing the game and stuff. They're like, play the game. What's her name? Angelica goes to the baby. She's like, oh wow, this is awesome. I'm so invisible. The grown-ups can't even see me. Now I can like get away with stuff and I will never be caught. While Aunt Dee Dee just walks up. She's like, I wonder where the chocolate pie is. Maybe a little girl named Angelica took it away and ate it or something like that. So she gets the empty box that's in the playpen, picks it up. She's like, I guess since we don't have any chocolate pie, we should get some cookies. So Angelica just there watching. All the babies are watching. She goes, gets some cookies. She's like, I guess this. I don't think she said. I guess this Angelica's here, but something like that. She just gives the cookies to the boys. Hey boys, here's some cookies for you. Since Angelica already ate some pie. Then she's like, wait, Aunt Dee Dee, don't I get a cookie? Come on, Aunt Dee Dee, don't I get a cookie? Grabs her dress. She's like, come on, Aunt Dee, I don't want to be invisible anymore. I want a cookie. Where's my cookie? While Dee Dee just walks to the kitchen, and Angelica drops to the ground. She's like, I thought I heard a little voice. Maybe it was just the wind. Then she walks away. The Angelica's like, what? No, I don't want to be invisible anymore. Then she goes and complains to the remaining baby. She's like, oh, yeah, I hate this. I hate being invisible. But Tommy's like, why don't you just rub the cream off of your body? Then she's like, oh, you babies are, sometimes you babies have a good idea. Something like that. Then she tries to rub it off of Tommy's shirt, then pushes him on the ground when it doesn't work. I'm like, you're lucky you're 2 years old. You're lucky. But she's like, no, it's not coming off. I'm going to be invisible forever. I don't want to be invisible forever. While her dad just had enough. He's like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm gonna go punish her right now. But Didi's like, no, you gotta listen to the magazine and keep strong. He's like, I don't care. What's his name? Dr. Lipwitz, Dr. Lipschitz never had the Olsen report. That's the report that the papers that she threw away, by the way. It's apparently a multi-million-dollar contract or a deal or something. And he's like, oh, I'm pissed. So he walks over. He's going to get on her life. But then she's like sulking and begging and stuff. And like saying, oh, no one's going to remember poor little Angelica anymore. Me and you, Tommy, we're like in different worlds now. Now everyone's gonna like you and I'm not gonna get any attention. If I had one more chance, I'll tell my daddy I love him. Then I'll tell him I'm sorry for throwing his paper or whatever she was sorry for throwing away his papers or making them mad. I just wish I could go back and tell my daddy I'm sorry. Something like that. He heard that part. He's like, aw. He's like, oh, baby girls, it's fine. I forgive. Yeah, he basically forgives her. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Well, he doesn't say sorry, but, oh, you're sorry. Okay, come here, little baby. I'll forgive you for basically costing me millions of dollars. Come on. At least he should have taken away her Cynthia doll. But she's like, you can see me, daddy? Then I think she's like, oh, please don't, please, I'm sorry, something like that. Then he's like, I'm done punishing you. She's like, yeah, yeah, you should be done, something like that. And she's like, she's like, I'm hungry. All that punishment caused me to go hungry. Then she's like, I want some. Then he's like, okay, I'll take you out to go eat something. She's like, oh yeah, I want some ice cream. I want this. I want some, I don't know, some chocolate gravy or something, and why he's taking her to the car and stuff. And that's the episode of The Vanishing Baby. 22 minutes. Wish this was a little shorter, but you know, talking. But yeah, that's the episode of Rugrats for you. And I'm gonna do your other episode. You said you wanted Fairly Odd Parents. So I'll get to that. It's like Boy Toy, right? I'll get to that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Chris Platoon of John, tell me more. Hey, the channel for early 2000s kids and a few 90s babies. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit exhausted working on other videos and stuff. But move this one up for the subs or, you know, the people who watch my videos. Let me know if you have any requests. I'll see you guys in the next one. Drop a like, sub, all that good stuff, and bye.